Welcome to the 2017-2018 school year. Thank you so much for having chosen the Tucson Unified School District. I hope that all of you have had an amazing summer. We await the opportunity to receive all of your students this August 3rd for the first day of school. Before we begin the semester, it's important to recognize that even though our students have shown progress on AZMerit in math and English language arts over the last 3 years, they're still not experiencing the same level of success as students in other parts of the city or the state. For that reason, we await the challenge this school year of implementing what we know to be the best strategies used by some of the most highly effective schools and districts to increase student achievement in English and in math. The first highly critical action a successful school or district will take is to ensure that every single teacher is teaching a fully aligned curriculum, aligned to state standards and state assessments. This is how we're going to get it done. What we're going to do this year that's been different in the past is we're going to make sure that all of the training that teachers need to be successful in teaching high quality lessons from the district's curriculum, that training is given to them during their workday and during the work year. We've established Site 4.0 curriculum specialists in the areas of English language arts and math at all of our schools so that these teacher leaders can provide training to their colleagues. Throughout the year, we'll be supporting our teacher leaders with the construction of a video library consisting of highly successful lessons taught by teachers around the district, opportunities for them to lead whole staff trainings on their campuses, and opportunities for them to receive leadership training from our district leaders on Wednesday early release and professional development days. We've also provided for our Site 4.0 curricular specialists on selected days to receive off-campus leadership training as well. Another main critical action that highly performing schools and districts take is to ensure that all of their kids, especially first, second, and third graders, are able to read by the end of third grade. All means all. We want our kids to have an understanding of letters and sounds. This is called phonemic awareness. We want our kids to understand that new sounds are formed when letters come together. This is known as phonics. Our kids need to know that an SH makes the sh sound, or the TH has different sounds. We need to make sure that our kids understand strategies for comprehending sentences and paragraphs. We need to make sure that our kids have skills necessary to figure out the meaning of words so they build their vocabulary. And lastly, we want to bring our kids to fluency. So as they simultaneously see a written word, they process its meaning, its definition, and have an understanding of sentences and paragraphs. There is one method for teaching reading that is proven effective across the nation, in schools and classrooms that serve children just like our own, kids coming from all backgrounds, English language learners, kids with specific learning disabilities, refugee students, kids who have gaps in their education that aren't reading at grade level. And that method for teaching reading is guided reading. Because in guided reading, the teacher is able to break the class down into small groups and focus in on a small group of 5 to 7 kids so that they can do some key, elemental, and fundamental things. One, they can build background. They can model successful reading strategies for kids before kids engage to read. And then they can have kids engage to read in a small group setting, which will give them an opportunity to monitor how well each child is reading and how well each child is using the strategy that's been modeled. They can check for understanding by having kids respond to the text so that they can see that kids are making connections across different types of text to different concepts and ideas. This is how we're going to make sure that every single child is a super reader by the end of third grade. Consistent with what we really need to do with all of our professional development and training in the Tucson Unified School District, it's no different with guided reading. We need to make sure that all of our teachers receive the professional development, training, and support that they need during their professional workday and during the calendared work year. For this reason, we've established lead teachers in the area of guided reading for each one of our elementary and middle school campuses. We've established opportunities for them to receive leadership training from district leaders so that they can go back to their schools and conduct whole staff trainings for their buildings. We've developed a guided reading observation protocol, a checklist for best practices in teaching guided reading lessons that our lead teachers will utilize as they go in and out of classrooms to provide coaching. We thank you again for choosing the Tucson Unified School District, and we hope you have an absolutely amazing school year. We await every single opportunity that we can possibly have to educate and keep your kids safe.